Hey everyone, Austin here with The Real Seal, back for another video on our blogs to show you why you shouldn't do wall plates or wall pushback jobs on your own. In this case, we're going to call it the good old DIY. We have three major issues that happen when you do wall plates on your own. And the main one right away is that you can break your wall. If you have a wall plate on your wall, and let's say you've got a nice cinder block wall here. Problem being, this wall plate covers a small piece, and if you're not installing it correctly with carbon fiber and without over tightening the bolt, which is super important, you can actually break the wall around the plate. And what this will cause, obviously, is structural failure in the wall. Not only will you stop the wall from being supported, you'll cause more damage than you originally had on it. And this, again, is due to over tightening. We've all been there before where we really just want to crank at it and the plumbing breaks because we over tighten something. And so that's our major issue with breaking a wall with wall plates. The second one is overcorrecting. So let's say you have a wall that's tipping forward like this. Now the goal is to get it back up to straight. Well, we've been in situations where it can very easily end up going past straight, and I'm going to exaggerate it a little bit here, and you can actually have that wall pushing outwards. So if you're in your basement here and you're just like, all right, they told me I've got a plan, I can just use this torque wrench they have and every month I'm going to tighten it, but you know what? I'm an above and beyonder, so I'm going to tighten it every week instead. And you actually get that wall to move, you can end up pushing that wall out and it can actually fall off the framing of your home. And that obviously is a big issue. So over tightening, over correcting it, wall pushed back too far. And the third and final one is the obvious if you're doing this completely on your own and not just as part of like a maintenance plan that someone has created for you. A big problem we have is that you may not put enough braces on the wall. And so if we've got this wall over here, usually we put these braces between 4 and 6 feet apart depending on the composition of the wall, poured versus block, on the thickness of the wall, on the height of the wall, on the weight behind and above the wall. There's a lot of different factors that go into it. So let's say we decide to do it ourselves and we do too few braces. Well, the obvious problem that's going to arise from that is that you're not going to have the support you need. So while you think you've supported your wall, you really haven't. And the rods and the plates that back it up into the yard, so if you've got your wall here and you've got the trench where we put the plates in here and the rod in between, you can end up snapping that rod or breaking the plate where it actually pops through. And then you'll obviously lose all your structural support and it'll end up falling inward still, and you'll have the same problem you have. And so these are the most common things we see when we go to houses where someone had done it themselves, and it actually requires a lot more repair for us to do after these problems have been presented than before when it was just the original problem of the wall moving forward. So the best thing you can do is call a qualified contractor, get them out there for an assessment, and do it right the first time. And if you have any questions, as always, call Real Seal, where not everything's better when wet.